just content you produce, just in the ways that you find and invent value in the platform, seriously blown away. Really.
I got an announcement to make, guys. I just became a director. It just happened.
Yay!
I can't believe it. This is incredible. What a huge honor. First of all, I gotta thank Miles and my mother. I should thank my mother and the UCN. I'd like to thank the bosses, Dirk and Les, and thank you guys. Wow. I would like to thank me later, but I'm gonna do that later. Right now, I really need to thank the man who made this possible. Without you, buddy, I wouldn't have become a director. Nietzschean, the guy from the Upland Global News. Man, we did it, buddy. I'm a director because of you. Thank you, man. We did it. We did it. And on that note, I'd like to say good morning, good noon, and good night, and welcome to the Upland Action News. Well, folks, today is the day. Some of the properties in New York go on sale, and so do some new properties in San Francisco. The time has come. The unlocking of new properties in New York and San Francisco. The unlocking will happen in 2 waves, the first at 9 a.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. to give all of the world a fair play. But wait, there's more! Manhattan and new collections. With the unlocking of NYC, the collection minting must be done. You can find a link to the full Medium article in the description below. The property 700 Indiana in Dogpatch used to be mine. Not anymore. In last week's episode, I put forth a contest to be held from the property of 700 Indiana in Dogpatch. Let's take a look. If you stop by 700 Indiana Street over in Dogpatch, this is one of LeftHouse's, one of my properties, right next to the Dogpatch Art Plaza. If you stop by there, 700 Indiana Street, we will give you, we're going to spin the wheel and give away some free NFTs on the next episode. For those who stop by, you will be on the wheel. Well, now that Nietzschean is the proud owner of the 700 Indiana Dogpatch property, we're still upholding our end of the contest bargain. And we're, instead of just giving away 1 or 2 NFTs to you lucky winners, we're going to actually go ahead and give an NFT to everybody who's checked in to 700 Indiana, the Dogpatch property, on the day of the art walk. So congratulations to you all. Please leave your wax address in the comment below to receive your free NFT. And I will know if you are not on the list, so don't try to scam the system, because I'm going to check double cross. This past weekend, on Saturday, matters of fact, I had a conversation with my brother Emmet about the going-ons and events in Upland. Here are a few of the highlights from that conversation.
What?
And so, yeah.
You've got a D on your Explorer?
I got the D on the Explorer, yo.
And if you want to hear me and my brother talk a little bit more, we've just started a new crypto show called the LeftHouse Crypto Review. It's a weekly crypto show talking about the going-ons and what's shaking in the crypto space. So if you're interested, take a look. The link to episode 1 is in the description below. And now it's time for our featured guest of this week's show. And boy, does he bring the fire. Let's jump right into the episode and feel this heat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you a brand new player to the game of Upland who has been definitely making waves. He's jumped in with a couple of giant purchases. He is known as Skywalker, also known as the King of NFTs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Skywalker, how are you doing today, sir?
Well, I'm happy to be on the show. It's the official first podcast debut and my first time to speak to the people, if you will. So thanks again for having me, LeftHouse.
Yeah, no, very excited to have you here. As I know from our behind-the-scenes chats, you definitely have a lot to say. So one of your titles is the King of NFTs. So that's exciting. Let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I swear the name wasn't self-proclaimed. I guess I've just been sniffing out breadcrumbs for too long. that lo and behold, I ended up being the first to stumble along the advancements that Wax was making in the space. I had already been a huge user of EOS. I was in the Ethereum and Neo and ontology communities for quite some time. Again, we could skip all the side banter aside, but I was the first degenerate to jump with a whole bunch of money, and I found out the back exchanges that weren't officially out, but they were out enough to be used. I showed up ready to rock and roll, and I guess I was the only one who wasn't buying Garbage Pail Kids as the OS Season 1 dropped, because I had bought in, but at the time I wasn't too concerned with that because, like I had said, I had kind of caught wind of what was going on. I had plenty of liquid shit coins sitting everywhere. I can't fucking dump them if I tried. So like I said, I just kind of showed up one day, and the next thing you know, I spend a couple nights in a row, 3-4 nights, all-nighter, no sleep, and we're a couple $100,000 deep down on Wax, and we're next thing you know, we're the king of NFTs, and we're talking to LeftHouse on the Upland podcast. So
very cool. So you had mentioned to me before that their NFTs have existed for a little while. They were just named other things. Is that correct?
The concept of digitizing assets and ownership and immutable datable sets in these protocols and futuristic outcomes of these, again, digitizations of IoT and ecosystems, in theory, has been the end goal since this started. So whether you want to call it NFTs or whether you want to call it the new world, it's just the name that I could be wrong, but I believe that the Ethereum ecosystem calls them ERC1155s. Being a Wax guy myself, again, I call them NFTs, depending who you're speaking to.
Gotcha.
I'm not too concerned with what's going elsewhere, but yes, it's nothing new. It's nothing far-fetched. If you're buying digital monies, you're expecting to have some sort of digital ownership, and the only way that could be had is through an immutable. It has to be, man.
And, you know, as far as like, you know, the most people that are watching this show, they probably are, you know, the community, like they're interested in NFTs and an aspect to games like Upland and other sort of blockchain like games, and also like for art purposes. When we had spoken before, you had said something that you could think of or look at an NFT as a mini computer. And that was like the most exciting thing I'd ever heard before. So if you want to elaborate on that a little bit.
It's funny. I actually took that from William Quigley, who had first noted that at the Blockchain Heroes pre-launch podcast, one of the Bad Crypto podcasts. William Quigley being the CEO, I believe, of Wax Labs. I could be wrong. CFO. CTO, somebody fucking important. Moral of the story, dude's important. He's on his tantrums, and he's helping us all enlighten to the understanding of these miniature computers. And if you consider miniature computers not only decentralized by nature, but decentralized, immutable in the cloud, I do IFPS or IPFS. Panada, whatever it is you're using, again, you find yourself to the same result, same outcome, and you end up with these miniature computers you plug in, and you're immutable. And once you have enough immutable data, you can take that, you can run it through the other data sets, plug those in, and once everything's decentralized, there's nothing governing anything anymore, and they're all fucking saying hi, bye, and you owe me some money.
Okay, so let me just throw something at you here, because this is sort of what a thought or theory. I feel like this NFT, this level, especially in the crypto game, this is what bridges us to mass adoption. This is like the connector between the digital and the real world, kind of like. I really believe this is the key to making it happen. Do you agree?
I couldn't agree more. You see big names like Topps. You see big executives from Marvel. You see the same with Atari, and you see, countless big finance 1.0 names coming to Ethereum, whichever space you can name. But again, it all needs some sort of inherent value, and by trading shit coins in hopes to buy moon boats and Lambos and whatever you will, just doesn't quite cut it for people who have lots of money and plan to do something with their money into the future. So if it has to, you get where I'm going. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that leads me into Upland. It seems like that's like an obvious place to go. I mean, what do you see? What attracted you to Upland? What is it that why Upland versus any of the other property trading platforms for you? Because I know you've been sitting and watching for on the sidelines for a minute and sort of building and scheming. That you have an incredible plan, I know, coming. So
it's actually quite funny because I had heard about Upland about the second or third week of February, and I remember logging in and just getting some free 4,000 UPX, kind of like, oh, cool story, here's your account, oh, here's your start this up and whatnot. But I had a real hard time understanding how anybody would want to play a game where you can't cash your money out, nor can you take control of your assets. Not to say that you can't one day in the future, because obviously that's where we're going to go with this. But again, to be said, at the time when I had first seen it, there wasn't much to read about it. And I had already been so deep in all these endeavors and so well connected and I'm on my own ball. I'm on my own track. I have these things going. I build companies. I employ men. I have these things in motion. It just wasn't the best fit at the time. But every waking moment, you already know in the back of my mind that it's no surprise you plug all the NFTs into the NFT game. So
yeah, gotcha. Very cool. So going back to NFTs a little bit, what are some of the negative aspects, or what are the dislikes that you have that are in and around the world of NFTs, if there are any?
See, my problem with that doesn't derive directly from the power of NFTs, but my problem with decentralization itself.
Okay.
And that's not to say that I'm not pro decentralization in many aspects, but I can name many different groups of underserved people who are going to get fucked by the new world, because the new world is chaos and it's fucking violent. And for a man like myself to navigate through that world is going to be one hell of a time in and of its own, which is crazy to me, because there's one thing I've really understood with this NFT world that you don't see when you trade shit coins, is that people talk, communities form, and it's a lot more lawless behavior because you're now trading, you're now bartering, you're not talking to a bot, you're not talking to an exchange that's going to cash you out poop coin Patrick. You're actually dealing with a human being who's going to tell you you're degenerate if you're acting like one, right?
Right.
So it's almost like we actually take two steps backwards with this decentralization, but two steps forwards, because it's at par with the transition of digitization of reality.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, I think we're still in prehistoric times.
Absolutely.
The 1920s.
But we're also, I mean, 2 people ago, we were doing some crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
2
definitely.
people ago.
Yes.
We were riding horses and shitting them in the streets and 100 years ago.
Yeah, no, we've come a long way very fast, and it just seems to continue to go faster and faster. How connected or important is like this whole like DeFi movement to the NFT movement? Do you think they're heavily related?
I can't foresee DeFi having any sort of constitutive value in the new world unless you're buying NFTs or you're digitizing your life into some sort of an NFT, because soon enough your insurance is going to be on your NFTs and your homes and your cars and your eyeballs and fingerprints. So
you're saying that money goes away and it's just all NFTs, crypto goes away?
You can't say that's
but NFTs will be sort of the main source, or could potentially be the main like currency.
Okay, so suppose I come up and I give you $1,000 on the street. Now what?
Yeah. Now what?
Cool story, bro.
What happens next?
Cool story. All right.
Yeah.
So then the next guy comes along and tells you your $1,000 is going to turn to 2,000. Oh, even cooler story. Right? And then you end up with 100. So I've seen crazier shit, but it all needs to have some sort of true immutable source of what's been paid, what's been had, what's to come, what is valuable, where it can be valued, what's to be valued. 101 outcomes that just can't be even close to compared on the other side of that equation.
Yeah. And what, like to go back to the point of like, this being archaic Wild West times and like, this is like, it is currency, it's something with value. And when you put something with value, like up on the block, here comes the idiots, the scammers, the greedy, that, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're dealing with like some cesspool-y type people, definitely in realms. But that's, I feel like
the strangest thing too, because so in theory, if we decentralize the world, we now have communal justice, which means that people solve problems in DACs, decentralized autonomous communities, vote, and the power of the people wins every single time. So I'm going to give you an analogy with that analogy. So say I go to the coffee shop, and and this is your favorite coffee shop, by the way. So I show up to your favorite coffee shop. I come in, I buy a coffee, and on my way out, I find out that there's a cigarette butt in my coffee. All right, your favorite coffee shop. You didn't sell me the coffee, but this is your favorite coffee shop. All right. The problem with the the problem with the crypto space is that when I go to tell the cashier that there's a fucking cigarette butt in my coffee, and I've put hundreds of thousands of dollars into my coffee, the guy whose favorite coffee shop as it is doesn't look at the cashier and say, what the fuck? He looks at the guy saying, too fucking bad you have a cigarette butt in your coffee, shut up. And it's funny because we're all willing to pay to decentralize the world from the centralized world that will help that guy get that cigarette butt out of his coffee. But there's too many fucking people who won't turn to the cashier and say there's a cigarette butt in this guy's coffee. So I have a feeling we're going to have a mass awakening about what this is really about, because we have all these people willing to pay to play, but no idea what's to come. Right. And I go into these communities and I trade NFTs, and I've had nothing but great things to say about some of these people I've met at Upland, but I've also met the other side of the equation. And it's just so funny to see to me because, I mean, man, I don't mean to be rude. I love Upland. I can't wait to see the future. But in the back of my mind, without NFTs, nobody owns shit. So it's so strange to me that everybody's paying to play my game, tell me to fuck off. So we're at like a weird spot, LeftHouse, and I'm just sorry to make it your podcast where I drop the bomb. But I know that there's going to be a lot of strange people listening. And I want them to know what's going on, because soon enough, the conversation will have to be that you have to come talk to Uncle Sky. And they know this. They're in the same concordance of that understanding. But what do? You could bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So that's the beauty of the decentralized world. And that itself is why I love Upland. Because nobody can stop a man who has ownership in a world that enables owners. Correct?
Yeah, I see that. I'm with that.
Right? You should see some of the ploys I got. I'm OCD obsessed. I'm fucking that weirdo's got diagrams everywhere, construing these plots and pulling back end strings, telling A and B to talk to F and G, and D and E are paying F.
That's awesome. I mean, I think it's characters like you, it's fellas like you that are going to make this game much more layered and interesting, I feel.
Oh, we're going to bring it we're going to bring it the foreground of truth.
I like it. Let's get rowdy.
Fucking rowdy.
There we have it. Is there any I mean, I know you've got
thousands of NFTs, thousands of connects, thousands and thousands of holes I can't even fucking dump if I tried, and thousands of inboxes I can't fucking block if I tried. Dudes begging for handouts but still have it in them to call me out in a fucking Telegram group. Bait ass bitch. I bet you got tits and you're broke. Fuck out of here talking to a boss ass dude, man. I love you, LeftHouse, but you get me on a podcast. This is my first time to talk. You gave me the mic. I'm running.
The gates are open. The gates
have been open. Yo, Upland Hotels. Upland Hotels.
There we go. That's what I was about to ask you about. What
you already know? You already know the deal, baby. Come on out to City Hall. Front row seats.
There you go.
If we're up on City Hall, if Lil Hollywood ain't so little no more, Big Papa Don just rolled through.
There you go.
I think I bought the cop shop too. What is it? The police station? Police and courthouse? Fuck, man. I better not demo. I'll set up a homeless shelter there. Fucking people, man.
There we go.
I gotta do it, man. I'm telling you, I have nothing but love for Upland and Uplanders, but I have seen some shit on this side of the community already, and I had nothing but good things to say, and I'm going to keep it that way. But I'm telling you, everyone listening right now is understanding what the fuck's about to go on, because you guys are all listening to the Skywalker show.
Right, okay. So, and to prove this, and what you just said there, to back that up,
back it up.
I know you have something that you want to do.
Hey! Woo! And I'll tell you, every single person's going to doubt me. No one will admit it. You guys will all fucking lie to the day you die, but you can thank Uncle Sky for this. Here we go. Since none of you Uplanders own NFTs, how's about I give you the secret? Here we go. What a beautiful day to chat. So, LeftHouse, today was the day. We had quite the release. I'm not going to spill all the beans for the dust bunnies in the corners crawling, but what I'll do is I'll show you the goods, and I'll let them all take the time to go and light themselves.
Love it. Let's see the goods.
Okay, if you guys aren't buying these, you're knocking butts. Oh, okay, here we go. We're going to run a... All right, let's see what we got. You guys all play Upland? Here we go. Here's your Upland rights. Without this, there is no Upland. I can't wait. Upland's been... Oh, whoa! Let's go. Ha! Let's run it, Wax.
All right.
Always good luck. Good luck all day. All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Got to pay to play.
Oh, this is fun.
That's fucking... Woo! Let's go. Taj Mahal. Yep. I'm getting paid for... Oh, these are all rights, man. These are... KOGS, Keys of Games. Wow. Oh, this is like rights. Everything in Upland. This is it. Oh, I can't wait. I can piece this in my mind on a million different diagrams. And if you're not buying this shit but putting money into UPX, good fucking Joe. Tell me I don't know shit. Tell me I don't know shit. Tell me Upland's hotel's a flop. Fuck all that, man. Let's open another one. We got packs for days.
Open another one.
Let's open another one.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen you all up in the marketplace all day today on Wax there. Things have been flying out on the shelves. And another pack is open,
enough
folks.
To go around. You didn't see the anonymous video going around, eh?
I had not seen that, no.
Uh-oh.
They sent it to me, but it didn't play.
If you're not buying KOGS, man.
Look at these. Wow.
One more, and I got to call it a night at LeftHouse, but 'twas a pleasure.
Appreciate you sharing this with the community here. This is
I love Upland. I love anyone here who shouts it out to a humble man. It might not seem like I'm one of those guys, but I can't stand bullshit. If you pay to play, you deserve the respect you get. If a bitch boy wants to tell you that you're soft, you tell him he ain't shit. Don't let nobody tell you who the fuck you are. If you pay to play, you smile in his face and you laugh. You have no right convincing some man what the fuck your reality needs to be like. Fuck out of here. Run more. Let's go. Run more. This ain't nothing. This is chump change. Chump change.
Another one open.
Fuck out of here.
Look at this.
Chump change. I can't wait. Yo, I hope these boss-ass fucking CEOs trying to play me like a fool, man.
Wait, Tom,
keep trying to play me, yo. We'll see you on Upland. See you on Upland. Let's go. Crack the pack.
Yeah, crack it open. Tell me more about KOGS here. Break this down for me.
Keys.
What am I looking at?
Of games. Oh, error 404.
Okay.
The Anons listening. Conspiracy. Illuminati confirmed. Good night.
Well, okay, Uplanders, that's all the time we have for our show. And I'm sorry to say, we didn't hit the 50 likes. So here we go again, back to zero. Next episode, we're going to get those 50 likes. I know we will. And we will give away this beautiful Upland Miles t-shirt. It's so silky smooth. I don't know why you guys don't get to those 50 likes, because I'm wearing one right now. I wear one when I go to sleep. I wear one in the shower. It's the best shirt I've ever had. So on that note, I'm going to have to say good morning, good noon, and good night. We'll see you next time. Good night, Uplanders.